Okay, some of you are having some sign errors, so I'm going to write this out by putting by showing the multiplication. Okay? So the first one, we have a negative sign, and your base is actually 3. 3 is what's being raised to the power because that negative is not in parentheses. So that means 3 times 3 times 3. And I think I saw most of you have that correct as you showed it as negative 27. So if we just look at this first term right there, that's what's in blue. The next term, if I look at that second term, that happens to be what's being raised to that second power, negative 3. And then I have this minus sign as well. So I have that negative symbol, and then we have negative 3 as a factor twice. Now if you look at that, as I expand that out right there, what's that sign of that second term? So negative 3 times negative 3 is positive. Oops, covered it up. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. And this negative right here makes it negative 9. Then if I look at the last term, looking at the last term, you have a positive sign, this plus sign right here. And then we have negative 2 as a base twice. Oops, I should have put that up here. And what is that negative 2 times negative 2? Positive 4. So that becomes positive 4. So team negative has how many points? Negative 36. Team positive has 4. Team negative wins by 32. All right, so it should be negative 32. If you were getting 14, you had a sign error with one of those two terms right there. 14 or negative 14 actually is. If you let that 9 be a positive, your answer should have been negative 14. So you just had one little sign error, but do you see why that second term in green is negative? Do not do this first. You'll get it wrong. And that's what I said on the bell ringer, is I said if you change that to a positive first, you're going to get it wrong. If that was an even exponent. Okay, I have another one for you to work through. Try this one. So as we look at the first term, what is being raised to the power of 2? Negative 2 or 2? 2. 2 is the only thing being raised to that power. So that negative is not in parentheses, so it's the opposite of 2 times 2. Then we have the minus 4. Yeah, I should do that in a different color here. Okay, so then we look at the next term, which is right here. So in the next term, we have a negative 4, and what's being raised to the third power? Negative 3. So I have to put down negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. Now the next term, which is right here, remember all the colors we're going to add or subtract together when we get done. I just want to simplify each term. So in the next term, we have negative 2, and what's being raised to the second power? Negative 2. So I'm going to put negative 2 times negative 2. And then, of course, this last term here is just minus 2. All right, let's simplify our colors again. What's this first term going to give us? Negative 4. 2 times 2 is 4, so we get negative 4. Now, I saw a lot of you do this, so you have negative 4. And if I raise to the power first, what's negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3? Negative 27. Then I have minus 2, and if I deal with that power that we had, negative 2 squared is 4. And then we have the minus 2. So we have negative 4 I'm going to simplify each term, so I want to multiply. What's a negative times a negative? Positive. 27 times 4 is 108. Now what is 2 times 4? 8. And then we have negative 2. So team positive has 108 points. Team negative has 14 points. And if you subtract the 2, you end up with an answer of 94 for an answer. Be careful of some signs. One little sign is going to be what's going to make you miss it on the homework assignment. Okay? You have to do these powers first. If it's easier for you to write it out as a factor that many times, go ahead and do that. Question? Yes. Okay, let me come look at your work.